Come on in, believers.
Hello,
Come on in.
hello.
Come on.
Happy Friday, everyone.
Come on in. Let us know where you're streaming from. Let us know where you're streaming from. Always a pleasure to be with you. Yeah, to be with you. Well, it's really interesting time. Come on in. Come on in. We give y'all some time to get in.
Right.
Let us know where you're streaming from.
It is February. It's relationship month.
Yes, love month.
Yes.
What you do for Valentine's?
We went out to Eddie V's
for
dinner.
What we ate for Eddie V's?
We shared our meals.
Okay.
I ordered the Chilean sea bass.
Off the chain.
And you had the
scallops,
and both of us had a salad.
And I had
we ate good.
Yeah, I had the crab rice, and I did not have banana Foster.
No, after he saw the calories, y'all, he did not want to eat that.
2,300 calories. Wow.
Yeah, we're working on something.
We're trying to do better.
Trying to live a healthier lifestyle.
Did you have a good Valentine's?
I had a great Valentine's.
Wow.
I had a surprise.
Really?
Yes.
What was your surprise?
I've been asking for a treadmill.
Really?
Yes, and somebody surprised me with one in the garage.
While she was sleeping.
And put it together.
Yes, he did.
Sleeping.
Yes, he did.
Had a whole truck come to the house.
Yes, he did.
Moved the cars out of the way.
While she slept after
while
church.
I was sleeping.
Came in the garage and saw it there.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
I so appreciated it.
Yeah. So what you got to do, my brothers, is when you give a gift that you're gonna buy anyway. See, that's how you do it.
Right. And it's something that
she wanted.
Oh my goodness. I've been using it almost every day since we got it.
Yeah.
I love it. Really, really nice.
Sweet. Awesome.
Really nice.
Now, if you guys have not been plugging into our series, The Order of Relationship, you have really missed some stuff.
You can go back on and watch.
Yes, part 1 was this yoke ain't no joke. And we
actually wore a yoke.
Yeah, and people we had a lot of great feedback on that.
We did.
It's really cool. And coming up next week is our LOP Conference, our Love on Purpose Conference.
Right. The last weekend of February. If
you have not signed up, you need to sign up if you want to be a part of it.
Right.
Because we have limitations reference to the meal selections, and we have to actually give the caterer how many people are going to be there that we have to feed. So if you want to go, make sure you get in.
It's a Friday night and Saturday.
Till about 3.
Till about 3 o'clock on Saturday. So we'll be having continental breakfast Saturday morning, having lunch together Saturday afternoon, and we're going to have light finger foods like hors d'oeuvres Friday night. We have childcare available. Our conferences are always a lot of fun. We play games, we have giveaways, and we have awesome information to give to couples. So
and I think the best part that people love about our LOP conference is you could actually ask us questions.
Absolutely.
And that's the missing link right here, because a lot of people have things they want to say, but they don't have opportunity to say it. So at our LOP conference, you can get that. It's $50 per person. So if it's 2 people, it's $100. That's cheaper than counseling. I'm saying it's cheaper than counseling. So get in where you fit in.
Go on our website, www.lfcc.tv to register. It's under events.
Yeah.
So make sure you do that, because we do have, like you said, we have deadlines on some of the catering aspects.
Correct.
And you just want to make sure you get a chance to go.
Make the investment in your relationship.
It's so worth it.
It's worth it. Yeah. Okay, so what are we talking about tonight, Charmaine? What are we talking about tonight?
We are talking about things you must agree on in relationships.
Okay, so tonight we have 8 things that I believe you have to come into agreement.
Right.
Oftentimes in a relationship, there's so many things that we could argue about, debate about, or fight about.
Right.
You have to come to a place in your relationship where you start some from now ons and some from never, and some from now ons and never again.
Right.
Okay, so from now on, we're going to do this, and then we're never going to do that again. So we have come into agreement that from now on in our relationship, we're going to do this, and we agree upon it.
Right.
We have been through some things, we've learned some things, and now we're going to do better.
There's a lot of things that couples could talk about and have discussions about, but you have to figure out what those foundational principles that your marriage is going to be built upon.
Correct.
And the thing is once you figure out what those foundational principles are in your relationship, you know the things that we're not going to debate about, we're not going to talk about. This is what it is. We've already discussed it.
Correct.
We've already agreed upon it. And these are like the most important things.
The big rocks.
Right.
The big rocks. So the first one is, what do we believe?
What do we believe?
Listen.
I mean, this could be huge because there's some couples out there. One spouse believe different things
totally
than the other spouse,
different, and
they're constantly
clashing. My gosh! Remember, we had a couple that one was Seventh-day Adventist, and one was Pentecostal. So so now we're talking about Saturday and Sunday church, and they both going to church Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
So now we have a house divided because I believe one of the
Seventh-day Adventists don't believe in doing anything on Sunday.
And then one spouse, it was their family's church, so they ain't leaving.
Right.
So both of them, both of their parents were pastors.
Right.
So now they're going to both people's churches, just trying to keep the peace.
And it was a constant clash.
Oh my gosh!
What they believed definitely it contradicted each other.
Yeah.
So it was like a constant state of It was really hard. I think that's why a lot of like religions will make the other person convert, because it's because we have to be on the same page. We have to be in agreement.
Because you're going to fight the whole marriage.
Right.
And I've seen so many great people marry the wrong person, and now they're unevenly yoked.
Right.
And now they're the donkey and the ox. They're yoked up with the wrong in every area of your life.
Every area. What you eat, how you raise your children,
the
types of jobs you get, the things you watch on TV, how you live your life. You
have to get clarity. What do you believe?
Right.
Because see, I believe this. And if you don't believe that, we need to have a conversation on whether or not we need to be together.
Exactly.
I mean, listen. If she did not believe what I believed, we couldn't walk together.
That's right.
Amos 3:3 says, how can two walk together unless they agree?
And how could I help you? How could I help you fulfill your purpose and you help me fulfill my purpose in God if we didn't believe in the same God?
Correct. So now it muddies the water. Life is hard enough as it is.
Right.
We got to make sure that we both believe the same thing.
That's good.
All right. Number two. We have to agree on the order of our relationship. Okay.
Who's head of house?
I'm the man.
You be the man, boss.
I'm the man.
You be the man.
Correct. Now, she may make more money than me sometimes, but I be the man.
That's right.
Now, the struggle, and we're actually going to talk about this on Sunday. Oftentimes, people struggle with roles, and that sister girl might be the CEO of the company, balling, and you might be a regular Joe.
Right.
Well, you still the man. It's just it has to be communicated in a fashion that's respectful. Okay, baby girl, you make the money, you balling, you got the degree, and you got all other stuff, but you have to give the man of God some respect, because men feed off of respect. Women feed off of love and security.
Give honor where honor is
due. So we
due.
have to make sure that we're clear on honor. Now, let me deal with something. Some of y'all out here done put your kids ahead of your husband or your wife.
And honestly, I think this could be easy to do, especially if you're having your first child.
Oh my God.
And you're trying to do everything right, and the focus can get steered toward the child and prior. So, I mean, if that is the case, I would say grace. Give a little grace, because there's some
extenuating circumstances.
Right.
Plus, you don't know any better.
Right.
But we have to
be aware of it, I guess.
Be aware. I know when we were early in marriage, man, girls laying it down for me. I mean, in every category. I mean, breakfast, lunch, pedicure, massages, sex. I mean, I was spoiled. Let me tell you something. I was spoiled. Praise the Lord. And then she got pregnant. And then we had our first son, JOMO. And I definitely felt a shift. Now I look back, it made sense. It wasn't irrational. She wasn't mean or rude or anything else. It's just she wanted to be the best mother she could be. And I can respect that. That's real. You know what I'm saying? She has a little joker on her, sucking all her juices out of her, and she needs to take a nap. And that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But I was so young. We were both young. I mean, she was, 20, 19, something like that. We got married. 20. So we were both young in the game. Mm-hmm. So I realized in that moment that I may have some selfishness in me because I wanted to be all about me. But when you have children, some of the priority shifts for a season. Right. The challenge is sometimes it never shifts back. Right. I understand that we have to care for the baby, but you also have to care for your marriage because that baby is going to leave one day. Right. And piggybacking off of what you just said, is for a season. Yeah. And we see a lot of couples that get a divorce or separate because of a season. Mm-hmm. It's not always going to be this way. So don't make a big deal about something that is just for a season. You might have to fight through certain things for a season. And so don't make big decisions in a season. Correct. And all of us will have some unpredictable challenges that we may incur in our marriage. Right. And that's when those vows that you said before God, if you said them for rich or for poor, sickness and health, those will be challenged. Yes. So we have to make concrete, definitive agreement that these are the roles we're going to play in our relationship. Right, right. And by doing that, you actually help your kids understand order and structure. Absolutely, because more is caught than taught. All right. Number 3. Rules and responsibilities. Roles and responsibilities. So we need to agree on what we're going to do. Right. Now, we have a kind of ambidextrous relationship. Like this week, I did some laundry. Okay. Right. Now, that's not that big a deal. I don't know if you wives got that memo that the husbands was doing laundry this week. But if your husband didn't get that text message, you need to let him know he is running short. Like he needs to figure out how he gets on that group text. It is part of my Valentine's Day act of kindness. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate that. Here's what I do. I just figured this out recently. We actually have people who come and clean our house for us. Mm-hmm. And sometimes if I do the laundry, they'll fold it for me. I said, man, I've been slipping. So especially when I needed my white t-shirts and that kind of stuff. But the gist of it wasn't hard to put a load in. Right. It don't take talent to take it from the washing machine to the dryer. You know what I'm saying? So all I did was put some loads in, and then we had some people come fold it for me. I mean, my premise is I am not so locked in the female versus male role. Right. Meaning I'm cool with almost anything. As long as it gets done. As long as it gets done, because of everyday routine. But not all relationships are like that. Right. Some people sit there. Like, look, I don't want my wife to ever take out the trash. Yeah. If she take the trash, I'm gonna be mad. Yeah. If you take the trash out. Now, Charmaine, she don't take trash out. She leave it by the door. Yeah, I don't like taking trash out. And I'm cool with it. Yeah. I have no issue with it. But oftentimes I see some people in relationships, they're competing. And I rarely wash dishes. Rarely. I'll cook now. Well, I was a dishwasher. I've been a dishwasher all my life. But I've been JOMO wash dishes and he doesn't mind it. And if I see the dishes piling up and he's busy or whatever, I'll wash the dishes or I'll put them in the dishwasher. Yeah. I don't have a problem with that. I think neither one of us have made ourselves like, oh, I'm exempt of any roles. So it makes it a lot easier to flow when we're having because situations. Again, when the Bible says 2 is better than 1. Right. Because if something goes wrong, we can compensate for each other. Right. What happens in a football game when the quarterback can't throw the ball or pass it? We got to run the ball. He got to run that ball. We got to run that route. So
that was a good example, wasn't it? I impressed you.
That's pretty good. 2 points. I might give some extra. Yeah. But no, for real, we have to learn how to accommodate each other, but be clear on the roles and responsibilities in our relationship so that we can flow.
Right.
Okay, next
Number
one.
4.
We have to identify what are the big deals.
What are the deal breakers?
What is important?
Right.
Because see, if everything matters, then nothing matters.
Then nothing matters because nothing has weight to it.
Correct. So we have to clarify what matters.
Right.
Because everything can't be important.
Right.
There's an order to it.
Exactly.
So what's the priority? Like right now, our big priority is our daughter. Period.
That's it.
We'll drop everything for her.
That's it.
Right? Now, obviously we love our boys.
Right.
But she has a challenge right now. So
right.
she's the priority.
Right.
So we're going to build our life around the priority.
Right. But you see some in some relationships, everything is a huge deal. Like, I can't believe we had corn again for the last
Man, you don't get out my face.
Or I can't believe you didn't open the door for me when we went so and so.
Oh my
and you
gosh.
open the door if he opens the door every time he missed that one door opening, get over it.
Man,
that's not a deal breaker.
I forgot what crazy chick that we had heard about was just everything is major.
Right.
Stop. It's not.
It's not. You have to figure out what those major things are and communicate those things so your spouse knows, like, hey, this is a deal breaker for him, or this is a deal breaker for her. So it doesn't, you don't
clarity,
have any issues.
Because the reality is, if it's important to her, it has to be important to me.
Right.
So we have this issue with the remote for our gate, right? And I was like, no, I'm a deal with this. Now, so
he's been so diligent in
no,
trying to fix this.
Real talk. So a car wash hit her car. Okay, this is not JOMO's problem. Okay, but I realized she had been waiting weeks to get
guys, I went through one of those automatic car washes, the drive-through car washes at the gas station. Mm-hmm. You know how that bar comes and it goes over the top part of your car?
Fell on the car.
The bar came over the hood of my car and just dropped. Mm-hmm. I mean, just free fell.
Yeah,
I was like,
she go to my car wash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, it left a dent in the hood of the car, of course. And the owner of the gas station asked me to go get some estimates. Mm-hmm. Well, I have not been able to get an estimate. And JOMO wanted me to go to specific places.
It's been about 6 weeks.
It's been too long.
And I'm like, man, if we wait any longer,
he may think that we don't want the money. Right.
So, I said, you know what? Today, I'm going to deal with this. And I said, you know what?
He took the truck.
Yeah, I'm going to deal with this. And then I said, you know what? This gate remote thing is irritating me. I'm going to deal with this. Right. So she came home. She came home later on this night. I was out there in the dark.
Waiting for me at the gate at our community, y'all. I thought that was just the sweetest thing.
Look, again, you are important to me. So if sweet. I can get up early in the morning to pray, I should be able to stay up late to help you.
I appreciate it.
Your life reflects what's important to you. What's important to you is what you do. Mm-hmm. So if your wife or your kids are important, you should make it plain. They should see that what you're doing, you're making them a priority. Right. I told her, someone had asked her to do something for them that I didn't really agree with. But I said, listen, I think that they may be taking advantage of you. Okay? That's I'm gonna tell you because I love you. Mm-hmm. I believe they taking advantage of you. But if you choose to do it, I'm riding with you.
That's what he said.
Whatever you need, I got you. But
I so appreciate that. But
I'm gonna tell you, I believe you getting whooped. Okay, I'm just between me and you. I believe you getting whooped. But I see you're in a bad spot. Mm-hmm. But if you choose to get whooped, I'll be a do boy in the whooping. Because again.
And you gave me some great advice.
Yeah, I said.
So what was really good about what you did, babe, is you told me your opinion about the situation. And you said, regardless of what you choose, you allowed me to choose.
Correct.
You didn't try to dictate what I was going to do. and you said, if you choose to do this, I'm going to ride with you. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to do whatever I can do. But I believe, you should do this. And you told me that you thought if you do decide to do this, then you need to set boundaries.
Correct.
You need to let them know exactly what to expect from you.
Correct.
And what we're not going to accept.
Correct.
And what I heard my husband say is what I should not accept.
Correct.
And I did that part because I appreciated him saying, okay, I don't agree with it. If you decide to roll with it, I'm going to roll with you. But this is what needs to happen if that's going to happen. If we're going to do it, this is what needs to happen. Because
what happens, oftentimes people will manipulate you and use you because of your graciousness or your kindness.
And it does affect the whole family.
And it affects everybody.
Yeah.
So I said, if you're going to infringe on my life, it's going to be on my terms.
Right.
And sometimes you allow people to whoop you and trying to get close like me. No, I just how I talk. So
I know
you have to be mindful that I didn't want to be a dictator and tell her she can't do it. I want to say, babe, it's your choice, but these are the guidelines by which I would do it, because I know people will take you to the end of the earth and not think about you, your family, your kids. She has her own responsibilities.
Right.
And people don't think about that. They just think about what they need from you right now. So I just try to clarify to her. And I mean, that's what love is. The Bible says, speak the truth in love. So you can say you disagree, but you ain't got to kill the person with it. Like tonight, the night before, she went out with some of her friends. And she said, babe, can I go out with my friends? I said, it's all good. But what it was is respect. Of course, you're a grown woman. She can go where she wants to, but she asked me permission. Can I go? I was like, that's cute. But, because obviously you're grown, you got your own car. You can go. But it's the whole respect process. God built us a certain way to flow a certain way. And if you flow that way, life becomes easier because you're flowing within God's order.
Right, right.
All right. Next one, number five.
Man, this is a big one.
Ooh, money.
The value of money, budgeting, saving, and sacrifice.
So here's what's so cool about us this year for this big give. We're about to sow a sacrificial offering of 30 G's. I know it's crazy. I thought about it. That's
ridiculous. When you said it, I was like, my stomach started hurting.
I know. But listen.
I remember there was a time in life where that's how much I made. Well, a little bit more than that for the whole year.
As a teacher.
Teacher.
Well, again, please don't be discombobulated by the number.
No, because when I made that much, I used to see people in other churches and at conferences and stuff. They gave like $100,000. You're like,
but again,
but the thing is when you purpose in your heart to give to God's kingdom, God will make sure you have enough to give.
All in all. So one of the rules that we developed in our relationship is we're not going to argue about giving.
Right.
If she had a friend not too long ago, I'm not saying names, that had a challenge. They said, babe, I feel led to do this. I said, do it. I said, babe, I have a family member. I feel led to do this for him. Do it.
Yeah.
I had we had an extra vehicle. Let's give it. Do it.
Right.
See, so we
and it's never worked out bad for us.
No, listen, it's biblical. Whatever you give, it shall be given back. Pressed down, shake. So my point, we are fully persuaded.
Right.
We've been doing it too long. It worked. And
honestly, even before we got married, some things that we discussed before we got married was, whether we agreed upon taking care of our parents or helping our family members. And those are things that we talked about, and we knew how each other felt about those things, and we agreed upon them beforehand. So this is definitely an area where couples could have an argument or disagree
all day long.
So this is definitely something that you should talk about.
Here's two things you have to agree on right now, okay? Maybe 3 or 4, but I'm sorry here. Number 1, how much can I spend without telling you?
Right.
How much can I spend without telling you?
At one point in our relationship, you can't spend a nickel without because we're so tight on money. We're trying to save. We have goals, and it's not that much coming in. So everything has to be allocated into the right spot.
Next question. How much could I allow or lend to a family member in trouble or a friend?
Right.
How much
do we? And it has to be a number straight across the board.
Yeah.
So if
your
my
mama,
brother, his mother, anybody asks to borrow money, what's our limit?
What's our limit? So now, because here's what happens. Say, for example, her mama needs some money.
And she comes to me. She's not coming to both.
No, she's not coming.
She's coming to me because
baby,
she's more comfortable with me.
Yes, right? Yes. Hey, baby, I need a whole $1,000. You ain't got to tell JOMO. You know you got it. And
then what you say is JOMO and I have already agreed the only thing we can loan out, the most we could loan out is $400. So I got you for $400, but other than that, we can't help you. So
we have already agreed that we're not going to argue about giving.
Right.
We're not going to argue about lending money to a family member because we've already decided. Right. We've already agreed upon how much can we spend without communicating to our spouse.
Right.
We have, at one point it was 100, then it was 500, then it was 1,000.
Yeah,
and now we really don't talk about what we give, especially if it's for each other. Right. Now, outside of us and our kids, we got to talk about it. If you need a credit check, you need to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. If you're buying cars.
You know what I'm saying? If you have to make a down payment, we need to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
It would be cool to surprise, I see some couples, one wife at our church surprised her husband with a car.
That was stupid.
I mean, we were all celebrating. It was so, but I was like, man,
now,
how
let's
did
be
she
clear.
do that?
Let's be clear.
I spoke to her about it. It was really cool.
Your money need to be right.
Yeah, and it wasn't
a financial strength. That's what I'm saying.
No.
So if you're gonna make that move, make sure your money right. Because I'm not advocating.
She was the awesome, the cool, awesome wife. Kill it.
So we have to be mindful that when we talk about money, we're clear. We spend a lot of money on our children.
We do.
Jemiah is expensive.
Yeah. Therapy.
It's
tutoring.
Expensive. It's thousands of dollars a month.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it because, again, that's our kids.
Right.
We're not arguing about that. So by being clear on the things that we're not going to argue about, there's less arguments.
For us in our relationship, one of the things we said we would never argue about is education.
Yeah, we're not arguing about it.
If you wanted to get a higher education,
we're not talking
go back to class, to learn something new.
We're going to get that happen. We're going to make that happen. Because, again, that's an investment in us.
Right. So
the next one, sexual fulfillment.
Oh wow,
we need clarity.
Yeah, what are your needs in the bedroom?
And you have to graduate here, okay?
Yeah.
There was a season where she would say no to me, and it meant no. Now it's not such the case, and that's a good thing. Meaning,
it's a season, fellas.
Hallelujah. So it may be I may not get no, but I'll get later.
Is later really later?
It does happen later. But my point to you is...
And I don't mean later like next week.
No, it's like a 24-hour rule. I'm saying now, I'm not starting no static, okay?
Yeah, Pastor
said 24 hours. No, my point is...
So later be by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, I should be getting some.
Again, I'm not talking about what y'all decide on. I'm saying what we agreed upon.
Right. And we didn't even
agree about it. It just happens like that. That if there's a need, it's gonna get filled within 24 hours.
Yeah. I like to be an active participant when we're coming together as one.
You're not gonna starfish.
I'm not gonna just lay there. So if I'm extremely tired, I will communicate that. And I mean, if he just really, we will work it out. But later really means let me just take this quick little nap and wake up and I'll just be energized.
we have to clarify what we agree upon.
Right.
Because remember, every unmet need gets met.
That's right.
And I believe I should get everything I want in my marriage.
That's right.
That's how God made it that way. Okay, so if it's not happening, we got to work on it.
You should have
fulfillment. And I'm not telling anyone who has any
medical issues,
medical conditions,
right?
I'm not talking to you.
Right.
I'm saying if two able, healthy-bodied people are together, God says that we should satisfy each other's needs.
Right. And if you're having a medical issue, and don't allow pride to stop you from getting seen by a doctor. If you know you have low testosterone, or a low libido, then you should go see a doctor.
Get it fixed.
And get it fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And lastly, children.
Man.
Are we having them? Are we adopting them? Are we raising them? How are we going? How we going to
discipline them?
How are we going to discipline them? What we got to be clear on that,
right?
Because we know people who thought they wanted kids, and the other person decided they didn't want kids anymore. Well, guess what?
After they got married, that's a deal breaker.
That's a deal breaker.
I wanted a family.
Correct. I wanted a family.
You said you wanted one, and now you don't.
Correct. So we have to make sure we're clear on these things.
Right.
Well, that's our time for tonight. We really appreciate y'all joining us. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page, JOMO and CHARMAINE. Yes. And remember this: love,
laugh,
and learn.
God bless you.
We love you to life.
Bye.